I would be the one that most would consider the strong friend, right? Cool, whatever, right? But there was a point in my life where I really started to feel and believe, really, and kind of see that I didn't really have friends, right? And I would really say things like, I'm their friend, but they're not really my friend.
To some, boundaries are just placing limits. To me, it's where the limitless things begin.
Hello, 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 and thank you for tuning into the Boundaries and More podcast with Jess Abraham. I'm your host, Jess Abraham, your favorite boundaries coach, and today's episode is brought to you by Joyful Styles. Joyful Styles is a lifestyle brand that provides premium quality apparel that promotes joy and positivity. Joyful Styles believes how we approach a situation matters, and choosing to be joyful makes all the difference. You have the power, and it's time to embrace it. So, get your Joyful Styles apparel at joyfulstyles.com. That's JoyfulStylez.com. Let's go, let's go. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get into this episode today. Uh, this has been on the list of episodes to get into, and yeah, it's about that time, right? Everything in its season and due time, and the time is now, y'all. So y'all see it, right? The strong friend, the strong friend. Now, personally, I have been what most would consider the strong friend for as long as I can remember. Like, seriously, for as long as I can remember, going back to, oh my gosh, grade school, like middle, elementary school, like all this stuff. Like, seriously, y'all, for as long as I can remember. And it's been very interesting, right? So just like most things, it has ups, downs, it has its pros, its cons, all these different things. It's a blessing, all of these different things, right? And I know some of you out there may relate to this because you may be that strong friend. And if you are, man, I got some stuff that's going to help free you up today, right? And if you're not necessarily the one that people would consider that strong friend, but you're the one who always leaning on your strong friend, this can help you too, okay? All right. So yes, for those of you who are not really that familiar with the concept of the strong friend, or you might know a little bit about it, a thing or two or whatever. I'm gonna just break this kind of down for you a little bit, right? So typically, the strong friend is the one that most people the one in the friend circle that most people call, or the family circle, right? The same that most people will call and likely lay things out to vent to ask for advice, and things of that sort, right? Always. And so y'all, for me particularly, right, I guess I wanna yeah, I start here. I get into it like this. So there was a point in my life, right? I I've recognized early on that I would be the one that most would consider the strong friend, right? Cool, whatever, right? But there was a point in my life where I really started to feel and believe, really, and kind of see that I didn't really have friends, right? And I would really say things like, I'm their friend, but they're not really my friend, right? Because the thing is, the relationship just wasn't mutually beneficial. I would be there for them and walk them through their experiences, their times, giving advice on this and that, or being there for in different ways, right? I won't go into too much detail there, but I'll be there in different ways as that friend. But I also feel like nobody was there for me like that, right? Like, truly, no one. No one just calling and checking up on me, seeing how I'm doing, and being the one to be like, oh, just checking in, wanted to see if you need anything or whatever. Like, literally, like, no one was really just doing that, right? So And that was most of the experiences I've had throughout my life. Now, these days, things are a little bit different, right? Right. I have more mutually beneficial relationships, and that's where it comes down to. They might not be there for me the way I'm there for them, but they are still beneficial in other ways for our relationship, right? And some people, they are there for me, right? It's just, yeah, it's a different type of feeling, right? Truly, it just, yeah, we don't, yeah, don't necessarily have to be the strong friend. And now, I don't know, there's some people out there may take full pride and, yep, I'm the strong friend and all of that things, right? And that can be cool, but I want to let y'all know of I'm being real, right, and honest and all of these different things. Yeah, I think it is a help and free some people up, because that's really what it's about here, and my mission here. So I want to let y'all know that your strong friend gets tired too. Your strong friend gets tired of being the strong friend. All right. I remember, look, y'all, recently, it what was it? I told my wife something recently. I forgot exactly what we was talking, but I was like, I told her, man, you know what? I'm tired of being the responsible one. When things have, we taking care of things must get done, paying things on time, all this stuff. It's like, it's cool and all, but sometimes I just want to kick back, relax, and not even whatever. Like, truly, y'all, your strong friend need a break too. Right? Your strong friend, in a sense, I don't want to say they need a strong friend, because I really don't want to put that pressure on anyone. I just want them to have more mutually beneficial relationships. So your strong friend needs the relationship to be mutually beneficial. Okay? Now, let me tell you, there are situations out there where I just go back to the example when I was talking with my wife recently. But right, it's not that I don't want to do some of the things. It's just like some days it's nice to take a break from it. Like, oh, you did that. Oh, that it's that extra level of like, okay, in a sense, I'm seeing. You see how important the things are that I do here. And we have our own respective things that we do and we bring to the relationship and marriage and things of that sort. But I'm just telling y'all, man, like, I'm just from the strong friend perspective, I want to let y'all know, man, your strong friend needs that friend, that friend, that time, that all of these different things, right? Your strong friend, I promise you, the ones, I'll say it like this. Ooh, that's my step on some toes, but it is what it is. It just dropped in my spirit. Your strong friends, the ones that are healthy, right? Your healthy, strong friends, they realize they need to take a step back sometimes, right? They realize that they don't necessarily just want to carry this title with all this pride. Like, that's cool and all. I'd rather be the mutually beneficial friend, truthfully, right? I do, right? If you want to put labels and stuff on it, I prefer none. But like, you want to put stuff on it, like mutually beneficial, I'll take that, right? For 100. Mutually beneficial. Because let me tell y'all, when, like, being known for so many and to others as the strong friend and things of that sort. This is what happened, y'all. There was a point in time where I needed to be. It was important and imperative for me to be extremely intentional about my boundaries. Right. So what I started doing, I stopped taking certain phone calls, y'all. I stopped taking certain phone calls. I stopped going certain places. I like stopped certain things because, y'all, I needed a break. I needed to protect my peace, y'all. Y'all know I'm big on that, and I tell you that in so many episodes and things of that sort, right? I needed to, it was imperative for me to protect my peace. So no, y'all, I will not answer all the phone calls. I will not, like, if there's a person that's consistently calling me with just drama and no good news and all these different things, like, bro, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. And then Y'all, I told y'all, I've mentioned this before, but I took it a step further. And what I started doing is like, people, all right, we got this relationship. We can talk. We talk about all different types of things, whatever. You want to break down some not so great news to me, y'all. I told y'all, I tell people, look, tell me 3 good things first, right? Go ahead and break down your situation, vent, and do whatever else you feel you must. And then tell me 3 more good things after that. Because y'all, it's important for me to protect my peace. Right? The strong friend needs probably the most boundaries. Right? And y'all, I want to just put this out there because it's just in my head. So I'm going to get it out of my head while I'm here. But it's like, because this title, right, is so known in the world. I want to say, y'all, please check on your strong friends. Right? You want to call them and just talk about all of your things and your issues and that. How about you check on your strong friends? Send them a text message. Just do a random call out of the blue. I bet you they're gonna be so shocked. Now, what you don't want, this is how you know that you've been utilizing your strong friend in a not so great way. This is how you know. This is how you would know that your relationship with your strong friend has not been mutually beneficial, right? When you call them and just check in, listen and see how shocked they are or are not. If your strong friend is so shocked that you call, I'm shocked that you call. Okay, they're so shocked that you're calling and checking on them for a change. Now you know you must do better. You must do better. It's time to do better, y'all. It's time to do better. Right? Let's make this a thing. Y'all, let me tell you some of the things I started doing to be more, I guess, more connected to the people that I truly love and care about and things of that sort. I call people, I check in on people often, even the ones that don't call and check on me, because if they're in my spirit, I just reach out because I don't got time for all the extra stuff. Like I'm not thinking about but they ain't call me and this, I don't got time for that. If they're in my heart, they're on my heart, they're in my spirit. I'm calling, I'm checking, I'm sending the text or whatever. Right. And what I've started doing is doing it more in the moment versus like, oh yeah, I must call whoever later or text them later. No, because later it don't happen. Like I'm a human being with a whole life and an amazing wife. We got a life. We got things to do, right? We got time we want to invest with each other. And might not even be thinking about whomever in those times. Likely, I'm really not, unless we're like having a conversation and then something comes up to spark that again. But it's like, y'all, I'm telling you, I started doing it more in the moment. Like, let me do it right now because I know I started to create a track record when I just forget, and then a week go by, a month go by, 2 months go by. I'm like, dang, I was supposed to check on such and such or whatever. And they keep coming up in my spirit. And I'm like, okay. I got it. I'm gonna do it right now. Okay. Whatever I'm in the middle of doing, I start doing. So that's something that started helping me. And also certain things I put on my calendar. Like I have like a weekly reminder. Like sometimes I go by and I actually call whoever it's telling me to call at the time and things of that sort. And other times I just don't, right? For whatever reason. But I'm just telling y'all, right? There's just some things that can help you all, especially when it comes to checking in on your strong friends, right? Something I'm doing as a strong friend and something that you can do to help be more mutually beneficial to your strong friend, right? Or even you fellow strong friends out there, y'all. I'm just telling you, man. Look, this is I wanted to give y'all a little bit of fun facts, right? I let y'all in on my life here, and y'all, I really want to let y'all know that initially, when I was going through this process years ago, brainstorming, thinking about different things. And one of the things I started to think about when it came to the podcast is I was actually going to name the podcast I started, right? The Strong Friend or whatever. I started looking into that. And then I'm like, ultimately, y'all see what I decided on, right? But it's just like, yeah, from that strong friend perspective is really, really important. Another thing, again, just a little fun fact about me, I just want to let y'all in on. It's so interesting, like, right, I've been the strong friend, the most would consider the strong friend my whole life. And there was a time, right, fun fact, there was a time when I was heading down a path to become Dr. Abraham, to have my own practice, my own therapy practice, right? Like I was literally headed down that path, and then I switched gears and focused more on the coaching space because that definitely brings me more joy. Like it's a difference. People don't necessarily, people try to group all these things and specialties in the psychology area together. It's not the same. Yeah, very, very different. We can talk about that in the community more if you would like, and things of that. So, but I switched gears and decided that coaching is where it was at for me. And yeah, it was just a different route, more rewarding, I believe, for me, because it's like, y'all, I promise you, I don't want, knowing the type of person I am now, right? My personality, and and I'm gonna talk a little bit about this on another episode coming up soon. But my personality, what it is like I care so, like, well, I'm so what most people would consider blunt and direct and things of that sort, right? But and the reality is I really do care a lot about people, right? I do. I care so much about people. And um but I know I need to consistently, and needed to then, to put some more boundaries in place, because I didn't want other people's problems and their situations and their stories and all the things to affect me in a way. Like, I internalize these things. I care about, certain things and people and whatever. And I start, that's tough, right? So for me, the therapy thing was just going to work because I knew I would care for my patients. But now I just care for my clients, right? My coaching clients, at a different level, right? But it's just like, yeah, it's a difference. And I know for sure that I say it like this, me switching things up and not going the therapy route and deciding to go the coaching route was boundaries that I put in place. It was a boundary, and um I guess a string, right, of a series of boundaries that I put in place to not go down that route, because I needed to protect my peace. And I know it's important, y'all. I know it's important. So that's what I needed to do. Right now, look, y'all, I promise you, right? I guess I mentioned that before, that I don't really care too much for the title. I would prefer the more mutually beneficial relationships and things of that sort. But y'all, again, something else about me that I just want to share here when it comes, just to kind of like give y'all a background. You know what? Actually, I'll save that for another time. But y'all, I want to let you know, right? First things first, right? We're gonna just recap just a little bit before I go any further or any of that sort. First things first, check and see if you the strong friend. More than likely you already know you are. But if you're someone who's relying so much on your strong friend, I'm gonna need you to check yourself. Right, check. And this is how you can do a nice low check. Again, checking in on who you would consider your strong friend, right? Because once you do that, you will definitely see how much of a friend you've been. How surprised and shocked are they that you are now checking in, right? So get a gauge on where you are as in your friendships with your strong friends, right? And for those of you who I guess happily take that title and things of that sort, you see it as a different type of responsibility. I definitely see the responsibility part, but I'm also boundaries, okay? Uh, for those of you and you know others who are that for other people, yeah, check on them. Be there for them, right? Oh man, I wanted to mention that, but I'm gonna just I saved something something I'm about to just put it out there, but I'm gonna just save that for another time because yeah. I'm gonna just stop talking about it now because I might just let it out and let y'all in on that. But yeah, I definitely just want to just say, right, check on your strong friends, right? And if you're the strong friend, be able to put these boundaries in place, right? Just get a little bit more into that, right? Decide, right? Start really, really screening those phone calls, right? Like I promise y'all, I've mentioned this, I guess, probably a couple different interviews and other podcasts. And I think I'm pretty sure I mentioned here it too, but y'all, I'm telling you, every fire is not your fire, right? Their firefighters have their assigned districts, right? Somebody else, that fire over there, somebody else can deal with it. Like, you don't need to be there for every single thing in every single situation. People will figure it out. Period. So screen those phone calls, right? Utilize that do not disturb, okay. I utilize my focus mode man, in so many different ways. My do not disturb strongs heavy, right? In different parts. Like right now I'm podcasting, I have a podcasting focus mode, right? Like do not disturb thing on, and nobody can get through. Like it's just when I'm working out, all the things like do not disturb. Like y'all put that. You don't need to be there for everything for everyone. Like if it's that serious, they can call 911. If it's that serious or they really need someone, they can call someone. There's other people they can talk to. I guarantee you that your number is not the only one in their phone. Even if yours might be the one that's favorite and saved and all the things, it's not the only one. And I'm telling you, y'all, I personally don't want people to rely on me so much that they're not relying on the source, right? Go to God, right? And other people that can assist. I don't need to deal with and handle all of the situations. I'm good. I'm actually like picking and choosing where I go and what I do in these situations. Like it is. And it like, y'all, I'm telling you, it was a time I told you I stopped taking certain phone calls, right? I also stopped giving advice, especially specifically to people who weren't using the advice, right? Or people who didn't even ask for the advice, right? Because sometimes as a strong friend, you're so used to that role. We tend to be, well, I'll say it like this. Me and my personality, the way I think is in solutions, right? You have a problem. If you're coming to me, I think you're coming for a solution, right? I need you to specify. Particularly, I tell people you want to vent or you want my input. What are we doing here? Because I must know how to operate. Boundaries, y'all. Boundaries. You either venting or you want the solution, because the way I think is in solutions. I'm not thinking about, or I'm not dwelling on the problem, because that's not going to get us anywhere, right? Hence the coaching. Hence the coaching. We want to move from one place to the next, right? A better place for you. That's why sometimes you need coaching and therapy. I'm just saying. We solutions, y'all. I'm very solution oriented, and typically when people come to me, they're looking to solve a problem. At least that's how I see it. But going back to that, like every problem is not for me to solve, and everyone that has a problem isn't necessarily looking for that problem to be solved. Right? Let's keep it all the way real. Some people enjoy playing the victim for whatever reason. I did a whole episode about that. Right? I'm good. We go back, binge listen to the episodes. Yeah, I'm not going to get in that too much today. But I'm telling you, y'all, right? Some people enjoy that thing. I'm good on that, y'all. I don't need the title. And even if you want to label me that or whatever in your own mind and head or whatever. Like, look, come correct, please. And I think by now people know, because I've done enough for so long, all these years, that people catch on. Like, they're not gonna just come to me with just all the time of all the stuff. I'm good on that. Call me when some great stuff is happening. That's another thing for you. For those of you out there who relying on your strong friends, right? Call them. Don't just call them for with the problems, right? Call them even with some solutions. Call them when some of the happy things happen, right? The joyful things. Call them on that note, right? Ring my phone because you want to just tell me some great news. Not that you just want help, right? I'm just saying we want some great news too. That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I mean, yo, I remember, oh man, this just dropped in my spirit. But look, I remember recently I asked my wife, she was on the phone with one of her I guess associates, like, because it might be someone that may consider my wife their friend, but I'm not so convinced that my wife considers this particular person her friend, right? But I do say, like, I have a anyway. So, but this person typically calls my wife, and we telling her like all the stuff and the drama and all the things like that. And my wife is giving advice and all these different things and whatever. And then I know recently asked my wife, like, does she ever call you with any good news? Like, ever? Like, baby, did she any good news? And my wife just laugh and be like, yeah. But I know y'all. I be around enough, right? I don't be all up in their conversation, but I hear enough of my wife responses and things of that sort to know it is 99% not so great news. It's always something. And even if this particular person shares some great news or something, it's so hidden and overshadowed by all the other problems and things of that sort. Man, I just can't get jiggy with it. I just can't. But that's my wife business. She got her own boundaries and what she want to do, and however the way that she see it. But she's definitely learned. I've seen her put her foot down in certain situations with different people and things of that sort. And I'm proud, man. I'm proud. But y'all, look, that's what I have for you today. Like, I don't really want to go on and on about this. Y'all get this, but the bottom line is, right? Take care of yourself, specifically if you're considered the strong friend in your circles and groups and all of that stuff, right? I knew it was important for me to take care of me in all situations, things, etc. Like, I needed to protect my peace at all costs. Now, I know, be your MVP, right? Go check that episode if you haven't yet. It was imperative for me, because people will continue to put their weight on you, like just more and more and more. And if you let them, right, all the weight from other people is going to start crushing you. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you. Make a decision today and now to be a different type of strong friends. If you have taken on that title, you're proud about it and things of that, so great. But choose today to be a different type of strong friend, right? Yeah, I'm not even going to get anything else for the people who relying so much or putting all that weight on their strong friends. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna leave it at that, and I believe I'm gonna do a different, another different episode about this in a different way. Yeah, I'm not even going to talk about that. We're just, to be continued, and it says to be continued for another time. I haven't, okay, yeah. So I want you all to take some time out today to follow us on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. Again, that's on Instagram at Boundaries and More Podcast. For those of you who have not yet taken that boundaries quiz, I suggest you take out some time today to take that boundaries quiz. It takes about 2 minutes or so of your time. Just take that time out to take that boundaries quiz. The link is in the show notes. However, you can text me the word boundaries to 210-801-9153, and I'll be sure to send that over to you. Also, for those of you who want to continue this conversation and many more and get different benefits, and you'll see it when you get there. But come join the Boundaries and More community, right? That link for you is in the show notes as well, or you can go to community.boundariesandmore.com and come join me there. Also, y'all, look, I want you to again take some time out today, and have an amazingly beautiful day. Enjoy the rest of your week and be back here next week for more Boundaries and More with Jess Abraham. Talk to y'all then.